What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another KBO Collections Hobby Drive. Got a nasty Wednesday morning here, and it's not. It's kind of like a little bit of a rain-snow mix going on. So a little bit nasty. Like it's not like any heavy snow. There's not any ice, but you know, you get a flake or two every now and again in with the mist of rain that we got going on. So even though it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, that's why it's still dark here. It's because it's just rainy and snowy and whatnot. So yeah, so anyway, so headed into work this morning. And later on this afternoon, I get to go get my number 3 dose of the vaccine. So there's that. And you know, I mean, we'll see if I come out with a 4th testicle or a 6th arm, or I don't know, whatever. But you know, it might happen. But hey, it is what it is. You know, not too worried about it, honestly. And so yeah, so anyway, just headed in and kind of wanted to hop on. Yesterday, didn't really have much to talk about, but then I said that, and then Twitter provided yesterday. So it provided a couple things. One thing that I wanted to talk about was something that I've seen. It's nothing new, but it's something that I thought was pretty cool and a pretty cool idea, especially for people that are maybe feeling a little bummed out on the hobby, like, you know, they can't really afford to buy much or whatever. I mean, like that, but they've got cards already. You know, maybe you can't really afford to buy much, but you got cards. So what could you do? Well, I saw a guy on Twitter that had posted his 9-page collection. So the guy actually, he just basically has like 9 pocket pages of players, and he'll fill up 1 page with that player. And the thing is, it's like, you know, that's a pretty cool idea and a pretty easy way to save money if you want to do something active in the hobby and you already have, you know, a decent amount of cards, because you could easily dig through your comments box, pull out probably 9 different cards of a player and fill up a page, you know. It may not be the most exciting in the world for many people, but at the same time, it's still a pretty cool idea, and something that I don't necessarily do things that way, but I might entertain the idea, especially since that I'm getting everything kind of more sorted, like getting everything broken down, and I'm trying to get everything organized by player now and all that. And as I do that, I might actually start to do that with some of the players, like maybe the Hall of Famers or something like that. I might do a 9 pocket page for each Hall of Famer, or something like that I have in my collection. So we'll see. And you know, I mean, of course, that certainly means that the majority of them would be. That certainly means the majority would probably be from, you know, things like Allen and Ginter or Topps Archives, or, you know, various things like that, versus say something like the actual time when the player was playing, like something vintage. So, but that's all cool. I actually appreciate the Allen and Ginter and the archives and stuff, and you know, I think they're pretty cool. I mean, to be quite honest, if I'm buying those, a lot of the times I'm buying those more for the older players than for the new players, because that's what they're about, right? In addition, like when I do buy Allen and Ginter, I like to buy Allen and Ginter. I like the weirdness and the wildness of the non-sports that they have in them. I haven't bought any Ginter in the last 2 years, and that's because Ginter has been like $160 a box or something in the last 2 years, which is absolutely outrageous. Like 3 years ago, I was paying like $100 a box, which was, you know, right around my limit. And then, yeah, like over the last 2 years, they've gone to 140, 150, 160. No, thank you. No, thank you. So yeah. So anyway, So I thought that was a pretty cool idea, 9 pocket collection. So basically, find a player. The one that I saw yesterday was actually a guy that had filled up a page with 9 Greg Maddux cards. But you know, so, and that sort of made me think like, hey, I should talk about that tomorrow morning and just kind of throw it out there, even though it's something that I've seen repeatedly. I just never have talked about it. Now, rounding it up, or rounding it off, or whatever we want to say here, basically, another thing that caught my attention on Twitter yesterday was just how up in arms people got over this World Series set or whatever the Topps released with the Braves, and they misprinted a bunch of crap on the back of it. You know, and is it embarrassing on Topps' part? Yes, 100% embarrassing. But at the same time, it's an error. There used to be a time when errors were cool. Now errors are reason to cancel a company. I don't really get it. And I'm not, and the thing is, I'm not apologizing for Topps with saying this. I'm just saying it as in, you know, it's like, what good is getting so riled up? I mean, I think people are just seeking the attention to basically maybe get their moment of fame or something, and get the hobby riled up and get the pitchforks out and all that kind of stuff, you know. And I get it. I've done it myself. So that's the thing. I'm not going to say that I haven't done it. I'm not above saying like, oh, I'm better than that, because I'm not. But you know, I've kind of, I don't know, maybe matured a bit in that aspect of things over the years, like, or maybe I just have come to the point where I'm just desensitized and I'm just sort of like, yeah, it doesn't really bother me as much anymore. I don't know. But yeah, embarrassing, yes. But it's an error. And I saw another tweet from another guy, and I actually retweeted it, and he said, I can't remember what it was, but he said something like, he's like planned errors equals cool, and unplanned errors equals, you know, like kind of like get the fuck out, you know, get the fuck off my lawn or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was that he wrote, but I just kind of laughed when I saw that, because it's like, that's true. It's like, you've got these Topps Heritage and all that where they put errors in, right? Like they plan out and they put these errors in, and then you got things like this where a legit mistake happened. Is it a bad mistake? It's bad in terms of like the people at the company clearly aren't paying attention to like what they're doing, but at the same time, it's like, it's an error, it's a mistake. And also, you know, I'm not saying that Topps would, but don't you think Topps would act kinder to that, and maybe even think more about replacing it or correcting it or something like that, if you basically just said, hey Topps, like, I just caught this error on the back of my card, like, what's up? Are you gonna, are there any plans to correct this? You know, something like that. Not, oh my God, fucking cancel Topps. Topps is the worst company. No wonder they're losing license. All hell fanatics. Blah 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 blah. It's so funny. People are very reactionary to this stuff. Like, I don't know. I've mellowed out on the hobby. I guess that's what it is. I've mellowed on the hobby. I'm not as fired up about it. It doesn't bother me as much anymore. And I think that's because it is a hobby. If a hobby raises my blood pressure, there's no reason for me to fucking be in the hobby anymore, right? You know, if it's getting my blood to boiling, why be in it? Why do you want to participate in it? Now, that doesn't mean that I don't have a bad day here and there, because I do. I do have bad days, and sometimes I get pissed off and all that kind of stuff. And hey, that's life. But it seems like some people are in a continual bad day. Like every day is a bad day. Every day in the hobby is the worst day. Every day in the hobby, the sky is falling. Every day in the hobby. And it's just like, oh my God. It's like, it's a card. It's a piece of paper. It can bring you joy. It can bring you sadness. Like it can, seriously, it can bring both. But if it's that bad, like if it's that bad, please, seek some help. And I'm saying that like honestly, like I'm not poking fun at that. I'm just saying, like, if it's affecting you that much, then like find somebody to talk to. Hell, I mean, talk to me. I'll talk to you. There's no sense in letting it get you into that state of mind and getting you to that point, So anyway, this video is taking all kinds of turns in all sorts of directions, but those were the two things that I wanted to talk about. Basically, when you're having a downtime and don't really have much to talk about hobby related, check Twitter, and Twitter can usually provide at least something interesting to talk about. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Sorry about the practically nighttime video because it's rainy and nasty, but anyway, hope you enjoyed it. So please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Catch you next time, and peace.